Hello students, welcome to this session. We will discuss here on power system reliability and security. Okay, so already in the previous discussion we have seen about the contingency evaluation and the two techniques used for contingency evaluation. First technique is DC load flow analysis, which already we have discussed. So in today's lecture we will be discussing about AC load flow analysis method. So this AC load flow analysis method is also alternately known as fast decoupled load flow analysis method. Okay, so here mainly we are going to find out the voltage magnitude and the phase difference angle delta. Okay, so let us see how we are going to find out these values here. Okay, so we know that in any power system real power is directly proportional to angle theta and reactive power's magnitude is directly proportional to voltage magnitude. Okay, and P is weakly coupled with V, and similarly Q is weakly coupled with theta. Okay, then we write the equations for this load flow analysis according to Newton-Raphson method. So according to that we get the real power, change in real power and change in reactive power's equation in this fashion. Okay, the first term here on the LHS is partial differentiation of real power with angle and partial differentiation of real power with voltage is the first row. Second row is partial differentiation of Q, reactive power with respect to angle, and the next term is partial differentiation of reactive power with respect to voltage. Okay, so this equation helps us to find out the magnitude of voltage and magnitude of phase angle. So further, in the fast decoupled load flow method, okay, so we are going to do some of the assumptions or simplifications in NR method. So this equation number 1, it totally gives us the equation for NR method. So now this NR method equation we can simplify and write like this. Okay, so where this matrix is called as a Jacobian matrix, and this Jacobian matrix will be having many number of elements. Therefore we are going to subdivide this matrix into 4 matrices as H, N, L and M. Okay, so we have subdivided the Jacobian matrix into 4 submatrices. Further what we are going to do is, okay, so up to this step it is nothing but the Newton-Raphson method. So now let us see how we are converting this Newton-Raphson method to fast decoupled load flow method or AC load flow method. So here what we do is the submatrices N and L we are making as zeros. Okay, so why we are making N and L 0 is, here N you can see N is nothing but partial differentiation of real power with respect to voltage, and earlier we have discussed that this real power P is not much dependent upon the voltage magnitude, okay, or it is decoupled with respect to voltage, and L, matrix L is nothing but partial differentiation of Q with respect to angle theta. So we also know that reactive power's magnitude is decoupled with respect to angle theta, and therefore as these two changes are very small, they are negligible, and therefore we are going to assume their values, N and L's values, as 0. Okay, so this is one of the assumption we are making here, and according to that assumption we will get equation number 2. Now from equation number 2, let us see how can we get the value of angle theta and voltage magnitude. Okay, so equation number 3 is obtained from this matrix equation, equation number 2. Okay, now this equation number 3 gives us the magnitude of voltage and phase angle delta. So here some of the important points what we are going to follow in this AC load flow analysis. The NR method requires the computation of Jacobian H, N, L and M and inverse of the Jacobian matrix. This difficulty can be reduced by fast decoupled load flow technique, as P is weakly coupled with V and Q is weakly coupled with delta. Okay, we obtain equation number 3 in a simplified form, and this is more faster than the NR method. This is called as a AC load flow analysis method, where the voltage magnitudes are important. In that case, we are going to prefer this AC load flow analysis method. Okay, so here we can see the graph, we can see the flow chart showing the AC load flow analysis method. Okay, so this AC load flow security analysis method, for this we can see the flow chart over here. Okay, so here we can see that in the beginning, list of all the possible outages is done here. Okay, outages or contingencies are the synonym words. Okay, so first we will be doing the contingency screening and contingency ranking. Then we will find out the credible and non-credible contingencies. So what all credible contingencies will be there, we will prepare its list for further analysis. Okay, so that list you can consider here. It is the list of possible outages. Then from this list of possible outages, we are going to select the bad cases from the full case list and store it in the short list. Okay, so among this credible contingencies list, once again we are going to select some of the bad cases and we are going to make it separate list. Then what we did here further is shortlist the most likely bad case. So among those bad cases, okay, the case we will select which happens quite frequently. Then what we are going to do here, we have set a count I is equal to 1. Then further what we are going to do here, pick the outage I from the list and remove that component from the power flow model. Okay, so here this variable I indicates the outage number or the contingency number it indicates. Okay, so that first contingency we have selected here. After selecting that first contingency, further what we do, run an AC power flow on the current model updated to reflect the outage. So now on that selected contingency we will perform the AC power flow analysis. Means what exactly do, after the occurrence of that ith contingency, okay, how the voltage magnitude and phase angle delta are changing at various buses in our power system, that we are going to find out here. Then test for overloads and voltage limit violations. Report all the limit violation in an alarm list. So once here we get voltages at all the buses, we will come to know which transmission lines are overloaded, which are underloaded, okay, which buses have violated the limits. Okay, so all that we will come to know, and that actually available data will be compared with the standard data and we will come to know where the violation of limit has taken place. Okay, so once we find such cases, the alarm list will be prepared. Then we will check whether it is the last outage, whatever ith contingency we have considered. Is it a last outage? That we will check. If it is yes, then we will stop. But if it is no, means just now we have considered the first contingency. So yet there is a list to be covered. Then in that case, it is not the last contingency, and therefore I is incremented by 1. So I will be made 2, and once again the same procedure is followed until and unless all the contingencies are considered. Okay, so this is all about the AC power flow security analysis method. Okay, so in this method, okay, so whenever in a power system it is important to know the voltage magnitude, in that case we are going to make use of this method. Okay, so this is called as AC power flow security